waterfront, and we have our family gatherings. We go fishing. We do things as a family there. There's a lot of activities that go on in the waterfront, and they want to, you know, build this condominium, and we oppose it. The whole community, we oppose it, well, because it's going to take away from us. And I feel, and a lot of my neighbors feel, that our taxes are going to go up as homeowners, and I don't think it's fair.
Biggest message you want to send to the town board tonight?
Well, for the board is, I would like to say that instead of taking away for the people that been here in Ossining for years, I would like him to at least put into the community instead of taking away from us that we've worked so hard and paid so many taxes for so many years, that I would like him to start putting in and fixing our streets and putting other things in for the community.
Yeah, well said.
That's what we like. That's what we would like to say.
Thank you very much.
Kendall Buchanan is my name.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, B-U-C-H-A-N-A-N.
And Kendall's
K-E-N-D-E-A-L-L.
A-L-L.
Yeah.
This project,
Yeah.
your position, why do you oppose it?
I definitely oppose the project.
Why?
Well, I feel that it's really detrimental to the growth of Ossining. I believe that Ossining has a tremendous asset in the waterfront that's being taken away and taken away for reasons that are, in my estimation, kind of selfish. It's not going to do the community any good in terms of the plan that the mayor has, and I wish the mayor would rethink it.
Biggest message you want to send to the board tonight?
The biggest message is to just stop what they're doing, because and rethinking it is just kind of passé now. They should have rethought this a long time ago. So just stop what they're doing, because I think that they're not. I think they have on blinders in terms of what the pulse of the community is feeling. They're not really listening to us, and I think that they need to just cut it out.
So this kind of a project would cut off access to the river and being able for people to walk down there, and that's something that you'd like to save?
Absolutely. I think I've been here all my life. I was born here in Ossining. I was raised, as a matter of fact, down at in the riverfront area, and it will definitely, I don't care what they say, you know, it will definitely be an exclusive situation, and it will exclude a lot of the residents of Ossining from use of certain parts of the waterfront.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
First off, the proper spelling and first last name.
My name is Martha, M-A-R-T-H-A, Dodge, D-O-D-G-E.
Biggest reason you're here tonight, why is it important to attend this protest?
Because we're being forced into the corner. The mayor and the village trustees are planning to vote tonight to approve a plan with Capelli for developing the waterfront that I believe is just not appropriate. The buildings are very large, they're very tall, they're going to destroy the views and destroy the waterfront. The buildings are very close to the water, and they're very close to things being killed. Environmentally, I'm not exactly sure how they can actually do that.
So you definitely, the biggest reason you oppose this, great, is exactly why?
Well, there's many reasons. Financially, I haven't heard any numbers that make me convinced as a taxpayer that this is not going to cost me money.
This is a nice one.
Yep.
So where are we going to park our cars?
Is this made in the USA?
Yes.
Okay.
Where are we going to park our cars?
Canberry has a garage. This one car.
This one car.
Yeah.
Where are we going to park? 4.5 miles
But it's full of
away.
baloney.
Bellies.
Absolutely not in the best interest of the village.
Capelli case. Why not? The hell with this medium income people.
The village of Ossining is completely developed, and I believe there's a tremendous need for open space here. By putting this project on here, the mayor claims that there's tax advantages and other things, but he's yet to really prove those numbers financially. Plus you have a view that's pristine. The land that's opposite the view will never be developed. It's owned privately, and it's probably one of the most pristine views of the Hudson River. The property across the river from Ossining.
Big
So really, there are few views like this, like it.
Oh, okay. No, okay, understood.
The other thing that's very...
Do you want to see anything there at all, or no?
I think there could be some light commercial development there. I'm not opposed to it. I think all the municipalities along the river have all developed beautiful open spaces there. And well, you look at Ardsley, you look at what they're probably going to be doing in Terrytown. You look at some of the other developments. Look at what they've done up in Peekskill, a huge amount of area against the river, where the state actually paid, paid to make sure that land is preserved. And the village of Ossining has very little public space on the river. There's a very small park there, but this land could increase that.
You've been opposed to this before? Have you been writing letters and anything?
Yes, I have. I've written letters, before, and I've spoken against it at public hearings that took place several weeks ago. Despite our opposition, the mayor has decided this is his mission. He's not going to back down. He's convinced that he's right. He won't listen to anybody else. And in that sense, he's not performing his job as a public servant by not
being on her today will help at all.
I think I was one of several people that went on. We gathered about 500 petitions that were presented to the mayor. Yes, of Stephanie Kleiman. Yeah, I presented, and many of the people that I petitioned had no idea that this building was going up. They were shocked. In fact, everybody that I showed the plan to was just saddened by the prospect of losing this beautiful property.
Preserve.
Can I meet you inside? Yeah. Okay.
Redevelopment of the village waterfront as set forth in the Village of Ossining Main Street and Waterfront Plan prepared by Christopher Chadburn and Associates dated September 1994 as revised March 1995. The Village of Ossining Local Waterfront Revitalization Program adopted on July 2nd, 1991 and approved on July 10th, 1991, and the zoning law of the Village of Ossining revised December 1996, collectively the waterfront plan.
Mr. Mayor, could you supply these people with chairs?
No. We don't have any.
I phoned you on that. I phoned you on that earlier today.
I personally have always dealt with facts and truth, and frankly would prefer it when that the opposition works on the same level playing field as I do. However, for this project, that was not to be the case. I have always known that if you cannot defeat a project with the truth, then be intelligent enough to see that there is merit to it. The question of constant negativity and outright lies by certain residents of Ossining begs comment. For tonight, I'll limit my remarks to the merits of this project and not to that dissension and resistance to change. In last week's North County News, there was a quarter-page ad that was paid for by Don DeBar. In it, Don stated that you should all be here tonight because, and I quote, "The village board will vote to approve New Capelli proposal to build 225 tax-free apartments and 16,000 square feet of tax-free commercial space," close quote. Not true, on two accounts. We're not approving the proposal, and it's not tax-free. In a flyer that's around Ossining, this time marked "Paid for Friends of Don DeBar," but listing his phone number, he states, and I quote, that the first 10 years will be tax-free. Not true.
Mr. Mayor, if I get named by one of the trustees, do I have a chance to respond?
You'll have your opportunity.
I mean to respond to that. And that's all lies. You can examine your own counsel and ask if this project is tax-free. Is this tax-free? There will not be a tax paid on this property. There will be a payment in lieu of taxes that's approximately 35% of what the taxes would be. There are no taxes. That's the first misstatement of fact.
Mr. DeBar.
You guys want the truth to come out? You've been talking for an hour. We got questions.
Well, you've been publishing things in the paper for 3 months.
And I'll stand by every one of them point by point. Let's do it.
Well, how about tax? How about
point by point?
Let's take the argument you just raised about taxes. It gives the impression when someone reads that, the average, listen to me, Don, the average taxpayer who picks up that flyer and reads it says, it doesn't pay taxes. Yes, legally it's not called a tax, it's payment.
It's not a tax.
All it. It's just like, it's like telling the truth, but it's not really the truth.
I've given it.
You're giving the people.
I've said that there's a $5.4 million 10-year pilot payment. Your own council said the taxes would be $12 million. And they were taxed like everyone else. No, I'm telling the truth. That's a $7 million quibble over 10 years, or $700,000 a year.
You're on your
minimum.
5 minutes. Continue, you're on your 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, then I'd like to start my 5 minutes now. Okay. First, okay. Artist, I have 5 minutes, please. First, Mr. Zarin said before that we can rely on the environmental and zoning and planning processes to protect us from the obligations that we're taking by signing the contract that you're approving tonight. That is true in form, but not in substance, because we went through the beginnings of the environmental review last time. We had a scoping session where people came down and told you they didn't want to do the project last time, and we had questions, and you had a vote on which of those questions to add to the environmental review without having a document showing the people at the meeting to discuss it what you contemplated doing, and you voted on it. And I had to wrestle a copy of it from one of the trustees to see it, and no